Hi, this is Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you're listening to me on the Turtle Power Podcast. Cowabunga, dude.
Live from the sewers, this is the Turtle Power Podcast.
This is your audio source for all the news, reviews, and insight into the worlds of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now join your hosts, Brian, Alex, and Darby.
Bossa Nova!
Yeah? Bossa Nova?
Chevy Nova? Excellent!
Aw, now he's dead.
God damn it, Ryan.
Now it's time for the Turtle Power Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to the Turtle Power Podcast. I think we should dub this episode Fan Appreciation Episode because thanks to our fans, we have finally landed the interview that we have waited 3 years to get. At the end of this episode, you will hear our interview with Kevin Eastman, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for helping us land this interview. Ryan, I'm already mad at you because you pointed out something very tragic that happened since the last episode that we filmed. Ryan, talking to you. Everyone, fearless leader Ryan, who's already upsetting Darby after he told me to watch my tone since this is the Kevin Eastman episode, and he just has to start off with that one. Ryan, how could you?
Thank you.
Ryan, say hi.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Turtle Power Podcast. Yeah.
No, Ryan, I would expect that snide remark from the man who missed our episode last time. It is back today, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone, please welcome the return of the great Alex Rodriguez, everybody.
Hey!
Alex!
And the crowd shudders and cries and babies weep.
Well, I'm weeping because of Ryan's snide remark. I expect that from Alex, Ryan, not you. You're better than that.
I'm sorry. I may have had a few earlier this evening.
You know, Ryan, you've always have been the Boy Scout of the three of us, and I know you're trying to shed that image, but you know what? Taking a cheap shot like that against me is just not a good way to start this episode.
They have no idea what we're talking about.
Hey, man, that's the Boy Scout motto, man. You got to kick them while they're down.
No, I thought it was be prepared.
No.
Be prepared to get kicked while you're down.
No, that's Scar's motto.
Be prepared. Well, no, it's the Boy Scouts. Look it up. Anyway, I just want to thank all our fans right away because we have so much to get into this episode, but if you actually listen to us this time around and you wait because it'll be worth it, we're actually going to have our Kevin Eastman interview. Guys, how excited are you for this?
I love how you're claiming him for yourself or for us.
Our Kevin Eastman interview. Because it's ours. It's the three of us conducting the interview, but it's for our fans who have
our Kevin Eastman.
It's our Kevin Eastman interview is what I said.
It's just our Kevin Eastman.
No. Kevin Eastman belongs to all of us, Alex. So we'll have our, and by our, I mean, the three of us, and our fans, because our fans are helping us by sending us questions for this interview. I'm so excited. I can barely talk right now in terms of, getting my thoughts together. That's why I keep tossing it to Ryan, but Ryan is going to get punched in the face next time I see him for that remark.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm going to have to jump when I do it because he's a behemoth, and I'm tiny.
One huge bitch.
Yeah,
well, let me just defend Darby for a second, because let's just think back to the original movie where Raph got his butt whooped by just a bunch of foot soldiers. But I'm just saying.
Come on, it wasn't. It was an army of foot soldiers. It took an army.
There was like
to
10.
Take down Raphael.
It was like 10.
More than 10. He took out 10 by himself, and then 100 more came.
It's pretty easy when they all attack at once, though.
10 untrained
one by
14-year-olds. They're like 14 years old.
It's true, they are.
No.
They are young kids.
They're not the ones in the suits.
You don't know
They're
that.
the ones stealing.
You don't know that. They're in
televisions.
suits.
Whatever.
And it was also Leo who got his butt kicked in the comics originally. So, but we'll get into that because
that's what I get for defending Darby.
Well, I know you're going to have a lot of snide
serves
things
you
to say
right.
later on in this episode, so we got to get into it because we have a lot to get into besides our Kevin Eastman interview, ladies and gentlemen. We've got comic book news. Hey, do we have video game news this time around?
Nada.
No. And you know what? No news to me is good news in terms of the video game department, unless they're just like, hey, you know what? Screw trying to be nice and cutesy with our video games. We're actually going to go dark. We're going to go the Daredevil route. We're going to go the Batman route.
I just saw it was just an article when I was doing research for the show that it was some company was coming up with good ideas for video games for comic book characters, and of course the Turtles came up because there hasn't been a good Turtles video game in a really long time.
Not since the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, and since they did bring up, the whole rumored, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City style Turtles
Arkham
game,
Knight.
but yeah, Arkham Knight style. So
you know what? If Batman
that is
can
what
be
we
rated M
wanted.
for, yeah, it is what we want. If Batman can be rated M for mature, why can't the Turtles? Especially if you go back and read the Mirage, the original comic book run.
yeah, man.
Anyway, we've got comic book news, we've got collecting news, and also, guys, you might want to get you might need a towel by the time I'm done because my man crush has joined the Turtleverse. Once again, Darby is right. I've only been telling you guys to get on the Stephen Amell train for years. When I was all, hey, you guys should be watching Arrow because Stephen Amell is legit. He joins the Turtleverse. Ryan, can we please get him on this show?
I thought you were going in a totally different direction with that.
Nope,
okay.
nope. Got to clean up. Got to clean up when I'm done. I gotta. I gotta open a window here. Man crush. To the 10th degree. You know what? I'm not even ashamed to admit it.
Say it loud.
And it was me who tweeted that story out because it said hashtag man crush, which Ryan gave me crap for.
Yeah.
Ryan was like, "Why don't you do it, Mr. Man Crush?" It's like, fine then, I will. Go then.
That's fine.
Yeah. So, looking at the show notes that Ryan decided to send us, what, Alex, like 2 minutes before we started?
Shut it. No, I send it 24 hours in advance.
9:28 p.m.
Slight
is
adjustments, like 5 minutes ago.
And we started this about 4.5 minutes ago. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So lots to get into today. So Ryan, let's jump right in with collecting news.
April O'Neil, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Look, I'm a little rusty. All right.
Come on, let's hear it.
All right. We got the news.
We got the news. Anyway, Ryan, collecting news. Just hit it. Just hit it, Ryan.
From Playmates.
Well, it looks like the cops are looking for somebody outside of my house.
Alex, I told you to have your green card on you at all times.
It's not immigration, okay?
How do you know?
Well,
if Artie was at your house, that would actually be a different story.
Undercover. Anyway,
story.
All right. So getting into collecting news, remember the 48-inch Michelangelo that came out a little while back that was so popular?
It was pretty popular.
I thought it was pretty popular.
Yeah.
So apparently they have announced at the Toy Fair, Ryan sent me a YouTube link for it, that more Turtles are on the way. And I got to say, the guy in the video does not seem too happy to divulge any information really about what is to come. Ryan, you saw this video? You sent it to me, right?
Yeah. And this was one that we missed during our last show. And but we just wanted to mention it here. I mean, there's not a whole lot of news, just the fact that there's going to be more Turtles coming besides just Mikey.
And it's really funny, too, because when the guy asked him, like, so there's going to be Leo, there's going to be Raph. He didn't mention Donnie, probably because of recent events. That's fine. Whatever. Fine. But the guy,
what recent events, Darby?
We'll talk about that in comic book news. We'll talk about comic.
Move along.
I'm so upset. Anyway, the guy seemed really upset that like he was being asked these questions. All he said he could confirm was, should things go the way they want them to, there will be at least one more Turtle by the time this year is out. They still didn't say which one though. You guys excited? Like if Ryan, I know you've got that Raphael shelf. If it's Raph, are you getting it? Is he going to be hanging out?
If it's Raph, I'll probably get it.
You probably get it.
Yeah, they. I was actually just out at. If you follow me on Twitter, you definitely found out. But I was at Star Wars Celebration, Anaheim this past week, and there was actually a Jack Pacific booth there. Obviously with all of their Star Wars characters, but yeah, the Mikey looks great. If they can make one just as good for Raph, yeah, I'll be getting that.
Nice. Will he have the chip on his shoulder?
He better.
Yeah, Alex, I don't know if you listened to the last episode, but I pointed out to Ryan that apparently Raph has a chip on his shoulder, and he never noticed that.
Seriously?
No.
The crack in his shell is a
crack.
chip on his shoulder.
Yes, the crack, but you turned it into it being a metaphorical chip on his shoulder.
Right.
Which that I never considered.
Oh.
Which
That's old news, Ryan. Come on.
I know.
Ryan, last to know. Anyway,
I never considered it either. It's news
sorry.
to me.
Some
News to
people are just deeper thinkers than others, apparently.
Well, some people have, live in states that have legalized pot, so that helps.
You have no idea how awesome that is. I'm not gonna lie. I can't remember if I came up with that thought while I was that or not. I cannot remember.
Definitely, dude. You're never not high. Don't give me that.
I'm actually not right now, which would explain why I'm stumbling a little bit. I want to be right in the head for Kevin Eastman when I talk to him for 10 minutes about Daredevil and how awesome that show is, and I know he's a big Daredevil fan, so I know I'm going to be asking him a Daredevil question.
All of your questions
why can't
have been
the
already...
Ninja Turtles be in the Daredevil show? Would he be down for that? I think it should happen.
Only if
All
Venus comes along.
Who?
Venus, yeah.
I'm also going to ask him if he actually acknowledges that character's existence.
Darby, just so you know, all of your questions have been vetted through the question committee, and they've all been removed. Just so you know.
Oh, you know what? I'll just do it. I'll just be like, so, Kevin, I've been watching a lot of Daredevil. How awesome is that? You think Kevin's not down to talk? Like, finally, I don't have to talk about the origin of the Ninja Turtles. I can actually talk about something I'm interested in.
We've got enough time. It's going to go by in like a blink, and you want to talk to him about Daredevil.
Well, he does have the Los Angeles, project that he's been working on that we're going to be talking about as well. But come on, man. Daredevil. It's such a great show.
All right.
We're
going to have to talk about this.
Oh, enough talk about that. All right. So, so there was a toy review, apparently. Ryan, you sent me this link as well. TMNT's Krang by First Gokin, where, I'm not going to lie, this toy looks really impressive.
Yep.
Really pricey. And in the review, the guy says it's worth the price. I mean, what do you guys think about this? This Krang toy is pretty legit. I'm actually pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, it's available for pre-order right now. It's $160. And I can say this, that at $160, this looks way better than a lot of the other collectibles that are available for
$700.
Yeah. So it looks really good. It's got lights. Inside. So obviously we're talking about the original animated series Krang, the android body. It's a little bit Japanese influence, a little bit,
which is great.
It looks great, yeah. And there's you can actually see one of the photos. I'll before we go any further, check the show notes for all the links that we talk about. And there's a photo in here that has this android Gokin Krang, and he's with Bebop and Rocksteady from the classic characters line. So you can kind of get an idea of the scale, and he's pretty damn big.
Yeah, no, I mean Bebop and Rocksteady come up to Krang, like the Krang hole, if that's a word, if that's a phrase to use. Comes up to his Krang hole, for crying out loud. And then there's even a picture of all four turtles fighting Krang, and yeah, they all come up to his Krang hole as well. Hashtag Krang hole. Hashtag turtle nostrils.
It looks fantastic. Now, is it better than our next story? You guys tell me.
You talking about the movie statues?
That's right.
Oh no, I would buy that Krang over the movie statues in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
Is that
I'm
the
not trying to...
one with Oh,
with the
I see the
payment
one you're
plans.
talking.
With the payment plans, I'm not gonna buy a statue with a payment plan. Okay, and I love how Donnie is $50 more than everybody else, and that's just
Damn
because
right he is.
it's
Damn
just
right
because
he is.
of all the additional gear that he has on him. So don't
The most
get too
detailed.
excited.
No, he's the best turtle, so he should be. He should be. He should be the most expensive one. $50 more, man. And we were ragging on Leo and Raph when they were $699. But here's Donnie out the gate, $749. It's like the turtle universe is really trying to upset me. Hey, Darby, tragic event in IDW, and even if you had the $700 to buy this statue, guess what? You still can't buy Donnie.
Yeah, these are available for pre-order now as well. And yeah,
I mean, seriously, I get it. Detail, lots of it. $750. I love Donnie. I do. I've loved him since I was like 4, but still.
Yeah, just set up a payment plan, dude. It's $96.43 a month.
Yeah. No. Just no. Oh,
terrible.
it hurts to look at. Oh,
I mean, sideshow,
yeah.
it's
I
coming-
love this Leo Mikey combo they have going on as well.
Listen, I before we go any further, I will just say it is a Sideshow Collectibles. They are a great company. They make quality products, but it's just not for me.
If I was a multi-millionaire, sure.
Yeah.
I just don't have it, man.
So this,
Anyway.
yeah, so
You can check and see if they have a promo code. They have I'm doing a pre-order right now for the Donnie. I'm not going to go through with the pre-order.
Oh, you're gonna see if there's a promo code.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look out for you, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Maybe that'll knock the price down to the rest of the turtles' prices.
You can pre-order today. You can pre-order today for $75, and then you can pay on the 5th day of the month, and yeah, 7 monthly installments of $96.43.
Oh God, man.
So this is what I don't understand, though. So you were just mentioning there's actually another company that is making this exact same thing.
Except like 1/6 the size or something, right? Or 1/6 scale. What is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, I mean, these Sideshow Collectibles are probably about the same size.
Right.
I mean, we can check here, but it's the exact same thing. They've only made Leo and Mikey so far, but you can buy them as a combo set as well. But the one big difference is the price.
Huge
The price
difference.
of the Leonardo-
About $500 cheaper.
Yeah, these are $230 each for Leonardo or Michelangelo. If you get the combo, you can get the combo, both of them, for $380.
And this is 30store.com that's doing this one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Would you guys be down for that? I mean, okay, so they have a Leo and Mikey combo, $380. Say they do Leo and Raph for $380. Would you guys like go in like half and half? And Alex, you keep Leo. Ryan, you keep Raph.
I would consider it at that point. Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at what?
It's
100, 100 and I'm blanking right now. Like $190 each.
I mean, that's almost what we would pay for the thing is I'm not a fan of the turtle design itself. If so, I don't know if I'd actually fork out the money.
What if it was
That's my
Leo?
problem as well.
What if it was like Evil Leo from IDW when he was working
Dark
with
Leo?
Shredder? Yeah.
Oh
what if it was Dark
yeah,
Leo?
yeah, maybe.
Would you go
Maybe.
for Dark Leo?
I think I would.
Ryan, would you pay that much for Raph in his black spandex pants that you love so much?
I don't know.
Only if you can take them off, right? Only if you can peel those skin-tight babies off, huh?
Terrible. Funny thing though is actually that Sideshow is actually selling the 3.0 version as well. I just found that. So it's actually available on there as well. So there's
Interesting. Did you have to search for that, or did it just pop up in the actual website?
up-
I mean,
it came up in the you may also like. If you
you may
I
also like
clicked
the
on
same thing.
Raph.
That's $500
I
cheaper.
clicked on Raph and I scroll down and it says you may also like, and it shows Donatello, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and then a different Leonardo. And I'm like, what?
Side note,
By the way,
they're
if I
also
buy
selling
on-
Side note: they're also selling a Dragon Age figure for Alice. It's Alistair, though. It's Alistair.
Oh, Alistair sucks. I betray
Yeah.
Alistair every time I play
Every
through
time.
Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Dude, he's such a whiny little bitch who doesn't want to be king, and it's like, you know what? Loghain's more badass than you are anyway. I'm siding with Loghain every single time. Ryan has no idea what we're talking about.
No, I don't. So the really expensive ones are made by Prime One Studio, and the much cheaper ones are made by 30. Yep, and that's all one word, 30. And so just to give you an idea of the size differences, the super expensive ones by Prime One are the RAF is approximately 22 inches high, and the Leonardo, the cheap Leonardo one, is approximately 13 inches tall.
Sounds like I got a cheap Leo in my pants, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh man,
keeping it classy here on the Turtle Power Podcast.
I don't get it.
Is it just me, or did he get less funny since I've
No, it's all of us.
Okay.
It's not you. It's not you. Some sad news though coming out of the for collected news. I know Ryan was pretty bummed about this. TMNT Classics toy line has been canceled. Ryan, what's the story behind that one?
This news came out of Ninja Turtles Collector .blogspot.com, and it basically says a report was going around the net the other day, started by Pixel Dan, that the Shredder and Krang from the Playmates Toys TMNT Classics line had been scrapped. To verify, I went right to the source and got in touch with a contact at Playmates Toys. And indeed, not only are those two villains off the table, the entire line is on hold for now. They are focusing on the other Ninja Turtles toy lines right now, but they did make it clear that down the road the Classics line could be rotated back in. So keep your fingers crossed, fans.
They're gonna do the Disney thing.
Yeah, it's going back in the vault forever, but we'll bring it out in 2 more years. It goes back in for the rest of eternity 2 years later. Hey, we brought it out of the vault.
Which, by the way, I can't be the only one that's looking forward to Aladdin, right? Right? Anybody?
Oh, it's gonna be fantastic.
I thought Aladdin went back in the vault forever. I missed out.
He had an extra wish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Genie's freedom comes. You know what? They should. I mean, and this may sound incredibly insensitive of me to say, why didn't they re-release that when Robin Williams passed away?
That would probably been not so good.
Why not? That's when people would go out and buy
a cash
Aladdin.
grab.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's what Disney is.
Nah, it would have been really classless though. It would have been tasteless. It wasn't the right time.
They wouldn't say they wouldn't.
Now's the right time for them to capitalize off of it.
You think?
Not then.
Why not
It's a
release
smart business
Beauty and the
move.
Beast? Because Beauty and the Beast is going to have a live action movie coming out soon. Why not re-release that one? I don't want to tell Disney how to run their company.
Doesn't
They seem
matter.
to be doing a good job.
Every single person is going to go out there and buy it, regardless of when it's released. It doesn't matter.
Alex, you can. It's back in the vault forever. I'm just going to keep saying it. Because it's true. It's absurd that they do that. All right. So moving on. So yeah, TMNT Classics toy line is canceled. We actually got a pretty cool link. Ryan, you got this link from our friend of the show, Sal, sent you a link. This Raph toy with the dual size. What's the story with that one?
Yeah, he sent that to us, and I don't know if Sal actually saw what I saw though. Is that if you pay attention, look at just look at the photo. Raphael has 2 right hands.
Yeah, Justin Camp pointed that out. I wasn't aware Raphael had 2 right hands.
Yeah, so you I know why they did it, because it's a lot cheaper to make one mold of one hand and then make 2 of them than to make 2 separate molds. So
it's also a really weird way to cross your arms if you think about it.
Well, it's because it's physically impossible.
Like one hand is facing away from the body and the other one is facing the body. Who crosses their hands like that?
Well, it may be someone who has 2 right hands.
No, I guess so.
Yeah.
Ryan, are you interested in this? I mean, it says don't miss out on Raph's epic weaponry. Are you gonna free
It
shipping?
it is limited, only 1,000 pieces worldwide. So it might be worth, just for collecting reasons, just collecting purposes, to pick one up, I think.
And if it's not $700, why not?
Right.
It is currently available for pre-order, Entertainment Earth, and it's going for a cool price
Of two right hands.
$300.
Of how much?
$300.
Well,
Hey, it comes
These
with
people
free
seem to
shipping,
think that like all TMNT fans have money. I mean, we know Ryan does, but like they seem to think that everybody else does too.
though. Yeah.
I blame Michael Bay. I pretty much blame him for everything nowadays with what's wrong in the Turtleverse. But enough about that.
You can't.
What?
Okay. Yeah, I
What?
was gonna say, you can't just blame him solely. There was
Okay,
a lot
Megan
of
Fox too. Megan Fox.
there's a lot of moving parts.
But Megan Fox won an award for her role as April O'Neil. We talked about that.
She did. It wasn't a great one though.
It was. I don't know if she showed it. Do we know if she showed up to accept it?
I don't think so.
No, I believe she could not attend. She may have showed up via Skype.
Ah.
Via
Satellite.
Skype, yes. Michael Bay and her keep touch in Skype, yes. Skyping my mom right now, actually. No, you're not. The only people who use Skype that are like us when we do this show. Brought to you by Skype.
Skype is huge for podcasts.
I'm just messing with. It's the only time I really ever use it though is when we do this show.
I use it every now and again. I've been traveling a lot lately, and I've been using it constantly to stay in
Nice.
touch with my family. So
You know what, Megan Fox, accept your award with Skype. Go ahead.
Jeez.
Via Skype. All
she
right,
just
well,
happened to be jumping on a trampoline when she accepted. But
And then they'd have like that one movie extra that was standing in the back that didn't have a trampoline but was acting like she was on one.
There you go. Man.
oh man,
You
One
know what?
last thing
She
bef-
should have won something too, because I mean, she portrayed not jumping on a trampoline, but not on a trampoline really well. I'm just saying, I'm jumping as good as Megan Fox. I'm not even on a trampoline. What? Where's my award?
Oh man. One last thing before we get out of collecting news. Darby, you pointed us to a release that I didn't know about.
Oh yes, and I was mistaken too because I thought this was actually, I'm still upset that we're not getting a Karai toy, and it's not a real Karai toy. Snake Karai doesn't count. I'm sorry, she doesn't. But apparently they are releasing, and Ryan, you knew what this was when I showed it to you, but a new Ice Cream Kitty toy is coming out, and it's a very tiny one. What'd you say, about an inch?
Maybe.
Maybe.
That tall.
What was the line that you were talking about? What line was that again, Ryan?
This is the Mini Mates line, and these are from Diamond Select Toys. And so this is one of those blind box deals. So there's going to be a bunch of boxes. You don't know what's inside. You buy the box, you open it up, and then you get whatever character's in there. But the Michelangelo, and I don't know if it's all Michelangelos or if it's just a special Michelangelo. But either case, one of the Michelangelos has a even smaller Ice Cream Kitty. And it's
Now-
adorable.
It's what?
It's adorable.
Oh no, it's cute as heck. Too bad I'm allergic to cats. So, I couldn't get Ice Cream Kitty if I wanted to. If you're allergic to cats, would you be allergic to Ice Cream Kitty?
I don't think so. I don't think it produces
No,
the same
no
allergens as a
dander.
normal cat.
But it's the saliva. You're like allergic.
It's not necessarily. It could be the dander. It could be the oils in the
I
skin.
know this because Ryan gave me this lesson with
Now-
his hypoallergenic cat.
This is true.
now, if you have some sort of dairy issue, then you might not want to have Ice Cream Kitty.
Mm.
Then
Good
why
call.
would you have ice cream?
Good call.
Like even anyway.
Well,
Your
I mean, if
brothers.
you're entertaining,
You have
but
3 brothers that eat ice cream.
Ryan, you never once had chocolate ice cream at your house because you don't like chocolate. So don't.
which
even
is the
be
weirdest thing in the world.
like- I know, right?
Don't
God.
give me this.
And then he
Look,
goes to like melting pot or some sort of fondue place, and why would you even do that?
I
To eat
know.
cheese?
Cheese. To be
no,
fair,
because
Cheese is good.
Cheese is
fondue
like,
is
it's not at bacon level for me, but it's one of those foods that like, oh, there was cheese there. Okay, I get it.
listen, I'm a supportive husband. My wife loves chocolate. I can sit there. I can get the little bits. I don't have to dip it in the chocolate. Get the little cheese. It's all good.
I just went a completely different route with that one.
You're too funny.
Maybe you should dip it in the chocolate every now and then, Ryan. You might enjoy yourself. I know I have.
Oh, man. That's wrong.
Okay, well, that's ended on yet another classic note. That's going to end it with collecting news. So let's jump into TV news. We have a lot to cover because since we last did an episode, the Turtles have returned to New York City. Bebop and Rocksteady has happened, and so have the Mighty Mutanimals. So, yeah, the Ninja Turtle. What, Ryan?
You guys caught up?
And you know, Hun, you know. But.
Yeah, I got to what was it? The last episode I saw was the one where it was like Casey Jones versus the Underworld or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was like a fairly I mean, it was a Bebop and Rocksteady were in it. By the way, how messed up was that transformation with Bebop and Rocksteady?
I know.
Like, I watched that going, I don't know if I want like a 5-year-old kid to watch this.
No, I definitely want a 5-year-old kid to watch that.
It was pretty twisted. Or am I the only one that thinks that?
They got to grow up sooner or later, but I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
No, I enjoyed it, but I just thought like,
forced mutation.
For a kid's show, that was pretty dark. I mean, it looked like most of the mutations, if they didn't happen off screen, like Tiger Claw, they were accidental and just out of nowhere. But like, you know, and I mean, Shredder did the forced mutation in the '87 series, but they didn't like show the transformation. It just showed them getting tied down to a chair. He opens the mutagen can, and that was it. They were like, "What's going on? We don't know what's going on." But then
it worked out a little differently, though. I mean, then as far as the way it all played out from the original cartoon series to this one, as far as like, you know, they wanted to get stronger, they wanted to get bigger, they wanted to get badder. They were already strong, big, and bad in this series. They just got caught in a bad situation and then were forced by Shredder to mutate, which I thought was fantastic. I liked it better than the original.
Oh, so did I. But like, just like I said, it was very dark. How are you guys liking Michael Jackson Bebop, by the way?
So do you guys recognize his voice? It's JB Smooth. He was he's a comedian. He's been on Conan a bunch.
Oh yes, absolutely.
He was on Grand Theft Auto.
The skinny black guy.
5. Yes.
Yeah.
The character is essentially modeled after him.
A guy named JB Smooth is a skinny black. What? No way.
Look, I can't. Whatever, man. Like.
No, he's hilarious.
No, now that I've actually looked this guy up, no, he is. He was especially great in what was the Larry David show, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yep.
He was great in Curb Your Enthusiasm. So now that you know what, now that I see this, I'm digging Michael Jackson Bebop more. Now that I know who's actually voicing him, isn't it weird how you can do that? Just a voice actor totally make you like a character better.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen J. Blum does it for me all the time.
Man, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's different, but it works.
Stephen Blum, not
which is pretty much how this entire series has been for me. Like, if I was just gonna sum it up, it's different, but it works so good.
The only thing I'm not sold on is Hun. I'm not sure if I'm
the Bruce Lee knockoff Hun.
Yeah, I'm just not feeling it thus far. And I said that originally about the series as a whole, and I've been proven wrong time and time again. As the series progresses, I just fall in love at each and every episode. But I'm just not feeling that character.
Alex, are you used to Seth Green?
Yeah. I may be one of the few. I'm in the minority, I believe, but that's okay. I've just, it's kind of like white noise at this point. And I wasn't that opposed to him to begin
Alex,
with.
have you accepted Seth Green as your Leonardo? Are you reading the book of Seth Green? Have you accepted him as your Leonardo?
He is my Leonardo.
Can I come into your house and talk about it?
He's not awful. I mean, I'm not. He's getting better with each and every episode. Either that or I'm just growing more accustomed to it.
I think that's what it is.
Either way, it's not bothering me. So,
Ryan, are you all caught up on the series?
Oh yeah.
So then you can tell us about the Mighty Mutanimals, because apparently I've completely missed that.
Let's see. There's Pete. There's Pigeon Pete, right?
Pigeon Pete.
Pigeon Pete.
Yep.
He already showed up
There's,
though.
Slash.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Professor.
yes.
The monkey?
Oh yeah, the monkey.
The monkey. Yeah.
Is Mondo Gecko there yet?
Not yet.
Ray Fillet? Is Ray Fillet there?
No, I wish.
Then they aren't the Mighty Mutanimals. I'm sorry.
They're growing. All right. They're working.
You got to have some fodder that gets killed off before you bring in the real stars. You know. You got to have the Pigeon Petes and the monkeys get
They
killed
do have
off.
Leatherhead. They do have Leatherhead still. So
Yes.
Leatherhead still.
Leatherhead.
So
Yes. Thank you. Gosh.
Yeah.
How happy were you when Leatherhead came back? By the way.
Oh man, he's such a lovable character.
Oh, he is. And the way he went out the first time, like dragging Trag into Dimension X, it was like one of the most depressing scenes of that entire series. And I was just like, no. And then he came back, and I was just so happy.
So, just to give you the rundown of that last episode, livid for being left behind by the Turtles to save New York with the Mighty Mutanimals from the previous episode. Oh, okay. So that was Battle for New York Part 2. Okay. Casey Jones tries to prove that he can take on the criminal underworld on his own.
Which he
However,
can't.
He discovers that he is in over his head when the Shredder forms an alliance with the Purple Dragons and their new leader, Hun.
Bruce Lee.
Yes. And the next episode, I guess we can go to talk about it now, is going to be entitled The Noxious Avenger.
Which is essentially, if you've seen the previews for that, a trash man is about to get mutated in the face.
Yes. Who's going to be?
Mutagen all over his face.
Who's it going to turn into?
Trash man. What character?
Alex?
I mean, I'm like seeing the character right now. Who is it?
Alex? You got an idea?
You talking about the noxious? So he's going to turn into the Noxious Avenger? Is that what you're saying, or the Toxic Avenger? Is it? No.
The Noxious Avenger is the name of the episode.
Of the episode.
But you're on the right track.
No idea.
Toxic
Is it?
Avenger.
I'm
It's
like
not Toxic Avenger.
No, that's a different property. That's a different.
It
IP.
is. Let's see.
Just Garbage Man?
Garbage Man. What are you talking about from the 2K3 series?
You're right. Hey, you know what? That guy. Don't tell me that wasn't an extremely messed up series.
What if I say
Muckman.
There you go.
Muckman. Yeah, Muckman might be it.
There you go.
Is it
You got
Muckman?
Yeah.
Woo! Only took me 20 minutes to get it. Ryan, edit the 20 minutes it took me to get that out, and
right.
yeah,
No
look
problem.
like a boss. But also, that episode's going to be airing on Sundays at 11 a.m. now because they moved it. They moved it back, right? Or they moved it to Sundays at 11 now instead of that
I
Friday
don't know.
night stuff that was
To
going
be
on.
honest,
or
I
Thursday
don't know
night.
when they air it live.
What's up?
I either watch it on the website or I watch it on the DVR. I never watch it live.
You don't know for sure.
I never watch it live.
Okay.
I have no idea when they actually air it on TV, because the Battle for New York, that Part 1 and Part 2 were both online like a week before they debuted on TV. Which Star Wars Rebels does the
Muckman
same
and
thing.
Toxic Avenger are the exact same thing. What y'all talking about? I mean, they're not the same thing. They're two different properties, but they're the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Same.
saying. You're close. You were really close.
Look up this Toxic Avenger guy I've heard so much about lately.
And then I guess we can mention too that the episode that comes after the Noxious Avenger is Clash of the Mutanimals. The Shredder kidnaps and experiments on the Mighty Mutanimals.
I wonder if that's when we'll get more.
If that's when we'll
I
get
don't
Ray
think when we
Fillet
get
and
Mondo
Mondo Gecko.
Ray Fillet's so awesome.
Oh, dude,
I
what
don't
if
think we're
Casey
getting Ray
Jones
Fillet.
got mutated into Mondo Gecko?
No.
Oh,
I'd be
geez.
so down for that. I'm sorry, I would be.
It might
No.
happen. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say
Dude,
that's not going to
Karai
happen.
got
Anything could
mutated.
happen in this.
April's a mutant. Casey Jones is technically like the only
April's
non-mutant
not a
right now.
mutant.
Huh?
April's not a mutant.
Yeah, she is. She's part mutant. They revealed that in one of the episodes.
She's got like
She's part
special
mutant.
powers.
Donatello straight up said, "You're part mutant," and then Michelangelo was all about
it's in
it.
her DNA,
And
but
Donatello was like,
she
"Dude,
doesn't
I was
turn
here
into
first.
Anything.
Step back."
Oh, jeez.
Don't even act. No. So no, I'm just saying. What if it happened? Would you be down if that just happened? Hey, Casey Jones tries to go after Shredder by himself again,
Well,
gets captured, gets mutated into Mondo Gecko.
The show's not going to go on forever. Okay.
Okay.
Like he's aiming for 5 seasons. So, some things are probably going to happen like that as you head towards the end of this show. I wouldn't be surprised.
Plus, haven't we already seen an action figure for Mondo Gecko?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
everybody looks different when they get
intro, too.
mutated, Alex.
Yeah, but I mean, he's like the attire and everything. Nothing really matches up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
He got mutated. He's got a different body. He probably has to change clothes.
Mondo Gecko he rides a skateboard though. We don't have any characters that
You're
ride
right.
skateboards yet.
Right.
He hangs out with the Ninja Turtles all the time. You think he doesn't know how to ride a skateboard?
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
I'm just saying, don't be surprised. Would you be down? I'd be down. I was just
He'll
asking a
change- he'll
hypothetical.
change. I would not be surprised if Casey Jones changes at some point. It's not going to be Mondo Gecko though.
All right.
No.
All right. Mark this date on the calendar right now. I'm not going to date the show, but there it is. Darby is calling it right now. So when it happens in season 5, there you go. Anyway, and they apparently wrote the Nikolai blogspot. They posted online too that apparently that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will be returning to Dimension X in season 4. What's up with that?
I mean, that's pretty much it. They had.
Thanks for contributing, Ryan. It was great. All right, but moving on.
They had a presentation. Nickelodeon Australia and New Zealand had a presentation, and they talked a little bit about the turtles returning to Dimension X. I guess I'll read what it says here. So, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are a big. Does this say bigger consumer product success?
They are a bigger consumer product success story. You got to say the whole sentence at once,
Yes.
and it makes sense.
Are a bigger consumer product success story than we ever imagined, exceeding $1 billion in global retail sales last year.
Billions and billions of dollars.
Turtles are
$1 billion
positioned for evergreen status, which means reruns, and continued growth with the second sequel movie in 2016.
With my man crush.
Into new demos and segments, including the preschool toy line Half Shell Heroes and their TV return to Dimension X for season 4 in 2016.
Half Shell Heroes. Is that what they're calling the which toy line is that?
That's the little kids line.
Oh, okay.
That's the toys.
Well, what are the
out.
toy lines where the shell opens up? Like, which one's that one? You like store stuff in it.
Oh, that's just part of the normal Playmates line. It's just one of the variants.
Yeah, but it's a line. It's called something.
Heroes is like a kiddie version of the Turtles. They look totally different.
Gotcha. All right, so the Return to New York DVD with 7 episodes being released on July 14th. I'm clicking on the link right now. So they're actually going to have the Return to New York series on DVD here pretty soon. Ryan, is that something you're going to be picking up? I know you like to pick up DVDs one season at a time.
Yeah, right. This is standard operation with this series, where they release on DVD, not Blu-ray, not high def, but single disc releases. So there's this one coming out on July 14th, and then Pulverizer Power is going to be coming out on DVD as well on June 9th. And that is going to feature Pulverizer episodes, including The Pulverizer from Season 1, The Pulverizer Returns from Season 1, and Mutagen Man Unleashed from Season 2, which, of course, features the mutated Pulverizer.
Which is just, I did not care much for Pulverizer, and then I thought, hey, he got mutated into Mutagen Man. Maybe he'll be something interesting. Oh, no, they just froze him. Okay. Now he's just in the background.
Now, this next story is a little different. story.
This next story is amazing. This is what we've wanted for a really long time. Brian, do you want to announce it?
Sure.
Go for it.
2K3 TMNT is back. Of course, Nickelodeon did release some of the episodes on the Nickelodeon website, on the videos website, the Nick app. If you have that on your Xbox, on your iPads, your iPhones, your whatever, and so I don't know if this was because of the success of that or if this was always in the plans, but Nickelodeon is going to be releasing episodes of the 2003 series of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on DVD, and they're going to be releasing 6 episodes of the 2003 series on 2 DVDs, NYC Showdown and Search for Splinter. Both are going to be releasing on the same date, that's June 9th. And now this I don't have as much of a problem with because this was not in high def in the first place. So DVD releases here is okay. Now, is it perfect? No. It's still individual DVD releases. But I think the only way to show Nickelodeon, to show Viacom that this series is still meaningful and still wanted by Turtles fans is we're going to have to support this. So whether you buy the discs or you send tweets or you go on the Facebooks, you let Nickelodeon know that you're happy to see this and that you're getting your copy, whatever. Chris R, that's at X Chris, with 5 is the S, X. He said, really happy to hear the news until I read further. 3 episodes per volume. This shit again.
Right.
I want to make sure I quote him perfectly here. So, yeah, it is disappointing that we're not just getting the entire series, but I almost kind of feel like we need to, or at least some of us need to, whether we actually purchase it or we just, as a Turtle fandom universe, let Nickelodeon know that we appreciate this. We appreciate the love for the 2003 series. We'd like to support it by purchasing the entire collection, the entire series, which is what everybody wants. Come on.
And come on. Put it on Blu-ray too, man.
It doesn't need to be on Blu-ray.
I know, but you always complain about it not be like the new series, which granted is high def.
Yeah, this was before HDTV, 2003. So that's fine. It was actually in 4:3. It wasn't even widescreen at the beginning. So anyway, that's what I plan on doing. If I can find the DVDs, I'll probably get them, even though I already have them from their original releases. And I will be letting Nickelodeon know through, like I said, Twitter, Facebook.
Or you could just let them know you bought them without buying them. You could just lie. I mean, it's cheaper.
Sure. But then eventually they're going to have to look at the numbers. And if they see that it's
well, they won't know that the 2 people who bought it, you're not one of them.
Unless nobody bought it. But
unless nobody bought it, yes. But I'm sure somebody will.
Somebody will.
Remember the Next Mutation DVDs that you saw people buying? Because they're, parents were like, oh, Ninja Turtles, my kids like these. And they just buy the discs because it's $10.
Exactly.
Which $10 for 3 episodes is pretty crazy, considering these episodes are 12 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't see any reason they can convert the videos to
if you can put the
Go ahead.
They can put them.
No, I was gonna say if you can put the entire '87 series on, why can't you in one giant box set that came in a party wagon, which I have? Why can't you do something like that for the 2K3 series?
Absolutely.
Right. Well, it all comes back. Well, it all comes back
to
put
them in a battle shell. I'd be down for the battle shell. Put them in a battle shell.
and I agree with you, but it all comes down to let's look at overall sales, right? Compare the 87 series. You look at all these different pieces of apparel and everything out there is pretty much either going to be classic Turtles or current Turtles. 2K3 doesn't get any love. It gets zero exposure.
Which is a shame. But here's the thing: the people that grew up watching the '87 series, like us, were old enough to appreciate the 2K3 series because that was for a more mature audience. It was less kid friendly. It was kid friendly, but it was less kid friendly than the '87 series. So we were old enough to appreciate the 2K3 series. Hence, now we want that. Like the people that are actually going to buy DVDs and want to buy DVDs, whoever wants to buy the '87 series has already done so.
Yeah. Here's what I mean. I wanted to go on YouTube real quick because, as we all know, the entire 2K3 series is on YouTube, right? I just wanted to take a look, just really quick, to see on average what I'm seeing as far as total views. If we're going to present something to Nickelodeon, we need something, right? There's about 500,000 views on just season 1, episode 1 of the 2K3 series. If you're looking at, and YouTube is just full of trolls and just people who just shouldn't. They should probably just die. But if you look at the ratio between likes and dislikes, got over 1,200 likes and under 100 dislikes for this particular series. I'm just saying the series is beloved by the people who know about it and the people who've watched it. I can't really think of many people who've actually disliked the actual series itself. It just unfortunately came out at an unfortunate time, and it was not. It wasn't really. It came out in a pretty poor network, right? And it wasn't advertised properly, and it unfortunately just didn't get the exposure it needed.
Well, it's like, remember when we talked about that press conference with that D-bag from Entertainment Weekly who claimed to be a Ninja Turtle fan, made that Snyder mark of, oh, if you're one of those weirdos who like the 2K3 series, what happened? He got booed. He got booed for saying that. Like, they weren't booing the 2K3 series. They were booing the dude who claimed to be a Turtle fan but then crapped all over the 2K3 series.
Yes. But I think we all agree, though, that they are missing out as far as making money because people still want to watch this. For over about 500,000 views, people still want to watch this. People still are watching this. Most recent comment was 2 days ago on YouTube for this.
And that's
it was somebody saying
how
that
many
they should
people
add this
comment
show on
compared to
Netflix.
watching it?
Exactly.
They should. Oh my God, I'd be so happy if they did that.
Yeah.
That's really good statistics, actually. That's. I hope somebody from Nickelodeon or Viacom is listening, because
if not, Ryan, chop this part out of the show and send it to your friends there. I'm sure you know people there.
I've officially contributed, so I am done for the day.
Just walk into the Nick Hotel and be like, yeah,
Mic
I
drop.
was here when you guys broke the record and kind of a big deal in the TMNT universe. You guys should be doing this. I mean, I'm no Stephen Amell. That guy's amazing. But you know what? You should probably listen to what I have to say. That's going to do it for TV news. And now we'll get into the most depressing news of the entire time.
Except for the comment section.
Let's get it over with. Just get to the comic book news, Ryan.
I strike 2 on my way down. Donatello takes out a third with his staff. Already the pudgy ones are starting to panic. Raph loves this stuff. He's not alone.
Why is he narrating? Is he crazy?
Hardcore crazy. I love these guys!
You know, normally that cheers me up, but I'm just way too depressed about comic book news. For those of you who didn't get bombarded with spoilers, issue number 44 came out recently, where Ryan, you say it. I can't.
No, I'm not saying it.
All right, I'll say it. He's my guy. I'm gonna do it.
Spoiler alert.
Donatello was recently killed in issue number 44. There are a few things I have to say about this. One, holy crap, was it an amazing issue. Issue number 44 was amazing. Two, oh my God, the way he went out was graphic and gory as hell. It was gruesome. The 3, because I'm like so distraught right now. I can't even keep track. 3, I'm holding on to the hope. There's hope because 1, nobody stays dead in comics. Nobody stays dead in comics. Damian Wayne just came back recently. Nobody stays dead in comics. Barry Allen was dead for like almost 30 years, and he came back. Everyone comes back in comics. And there was an interview done recently with one of the writers. God, which writer was it, Ryan? The one that got all choked up when he read
Tom Waltz.
Tom
what?
Waltz.
Was it
Yeah,
Tom Waltz?
he said in an interview, he said he can't say what's going to happen, but there's no earthly way Donatello survives. So clearly, maybe some Dimension X stuff is about to happen. Maybe the neutrinos who have shown up before, they could show up again. I'm just saying. Donatello died very heroically in issue number 44, and I'll just tell you how it happens. Spoiler alert: Bebop and Rocksteady did it with a sledgehammer. Alex, we were talking. You didn't see it. The page, it literally shows a shadow against the wall with a sledgehammer coming down on Donatello's shell, and then in the following panel, Bebop says to Rocksteady, "Whoa, you split him in half." And Rocksteady says, "Yeah, did you expect it to look like that under there?" And there is just blood and shell bits all over that sledgehammer. It's gruesome, dude. It literally says crack, K-R-A-K, in like giant red, distraught looking letters as the sledgehammer comes down on Donatello's shell. And he was being helped by Metalhead, who was being controlled by Harold Lilia, but he was, and that's a great split screen shot of Metalhead. It's Metalhead's face split in half as it's Metalhead and Harold's face just saying "oh no" as Donatello just, and then the final shot, the final page that ends with Donatello's head in Splinter's lap. Raphael just more pissed off than I think I've ever seen him ever. And Mikey, because come on, I mean, I talked about it before. Leo and Raph are always bickering with each other, leaving Donatello to pretty much be, the caretaker for Michelangelo. Michelangelo crying on Leo's shoulder while he hugs him. Metalhead with one arm missing, and Alapax is even there, just crying, is one of the most beautifully done panels I think I've ever seen. But it was such a gruesome, brilliantly well written story, and I'm like I was at a loss for words when it happened, and then I was getting bombarded with text messages from people I haven't even spoken to in months, like, "I'm sorry for your loss." It's like, dude. I mean, what would you guys have done if it was Raph who got killed with a sledgehammer to the back, or Leo whose shell got crushed by Rocksteady? What would you guys have done?
Honestly, let me serious. I'm looking through the panels right now, and I'm looking at it, and it's tough to even just look at. It's difficult. Let me just say that I probably wouldn't take it as hard if it was Leo or if it was Raph. And the only reason I say that is because it's almost expected if it's Leo or Raph. It's so because completely unexpected.
They're the two big fighters. They're the leader and the muscle. They're the ones that are going to be fighting more than Donatello was.
Right. And that, I mean, that's just my perspective. It's just so unexpected to come from Donnie, or if it was Mikey as well, that'd be unexpected. But
Mikey's too much
a little bit more expected.
He's too kid friendly, I feel, or like too loved by a younger / female audience for them to kill off Mikey that way.
But I just I'm at a loss for words. What about you, Ryan?
So I look at it two ways. One, I can either be the heel here and say, well, maybe he should have had a better weapon. Maybe he should have had something better than a stick.
Dude, the bow staff is broken right next to him. Don't you dare bash that bow staff right now.
Exactly. Maybe I should go that route. Maybe I should go the route of of our recent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie and say, hey, Raph did get his shell cracked. All you gotta do is throw some duct tape on it and you're good to go.
No, dude, he's dead. Like, he's dead. By the time the Turtles got back, Angel says to him, like, Leo, we did everything we could, but it was too late. Like, he's gone.
That's what I'm saying. Raph's already been through this, and he survived just fine. He just threw some duct tape. He was good to go.
Yeah,
I mean, I could go that route too.
Don't even try to bring Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles in as a justification for how badass Raph is. All right, because April got the Shredder kill in that movie. Don't you dare bring Michael Bay Turtles into this.
So I could go the route and say that Donnie was weak. I could go the route and say that Raph, was just a lot better, and obviously a better turtle could have handled that because of the Michael Bay movie. But I'm not gonna do either of those.
Because I'll probably leave the show if you go that route. Which I can already hear fans saying, yes, Ryan, go that route.
What I'm what I am gonna say is that I sent a tweet to Bobby Curnow, of course, the lead editor for the Turtles.
Friend of the show, came on, cool guy. Yeah. Well, I thought he was a cool guy.
And I said to him, what you guys did has really made an impact, both on the TMNT fans and in the comics world.
Dude, everyone in the comics world was talking about this.
Nice job. Looking forward to issue 45. They made a huge impact in the comic books world, in the internet. Everyone was instantly talking this series. And
it brings justification to what we've been saying when we tell everyone, when it was just me at the beginning saying, you guys need to be reading this series because it is legit. Like, and it's not for kids, it's for adults. For this to go down the way that it did. Ryan, were you going to say something? I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. I'm too distraught.
No, it's good. I'm still catching up. I was reading when I was flying back and forth to LA. So yeah. It is a great series, and the problem is that not enough people knew about it. This is the splash. This is the loud noise that they needed to make for the general comic book, audience to find out what's going on with the Turtles comic book series.
And the thing is, I've said it before, and it's something I truly do believe, is that I believe Donatello is the most important turtle, because when they're like, oh no, Leo's going to join the Foot Clan, what are they going to do without him? Donatello's going to lead, because every time Leo goes away, Donatello leads. And Raph even said it in the Infestation comic when Leo was captured. Raph just says, Mikey, leave the plans to the genius, because that's what he does. Every time a plan needs to be made, what does Leo do? Hey, Donnie, what should we do? Hey, Donnie, do you have anything you can do to help us with this? Do you have any machines you can make? Can you hack into systems? Donnie, what should we do? Like, Leo always defers to Donnie when it comes to, like, what should I do? Leo makes the ultimate decision in the end because he's the leader, but he always turns to Donnie, what should I do? And Donnie's the one that makes all of their plans possible with his intellect and his inventions. So if you really wanted to cripple the Turtles, then Donatello is the one you take out. Because, they even did it in the 2K3 series that we just talked about. Donatello got infected with a virus, and they had to team up with Bishop and Baxter Stockman. And Leo even said, if it were anybody else, we wouldn't have to do this. If it was any other turtle, we would not have to form this alliance with these two bad guys. But it's Donnie, so we have to. And that's totally. If Raph gets taken out, yeah, they're down like a badass fighter. But with Leo's with Leo's leadership and Donnie's intellect, they can rescue Raph. When Leo joins the Foot Clan or disappears, Donnie, usually with the help, he'll come up with the plan. Raph will carry it out, or even Splinter will join them. But Donnie is usually at the center of everything that the Turtles do, and based on their actions and their follow through, Donnie's at the center of it all. Hey, you watch the 2K3 series, 2K3. You watch the new series. They're always Leo, Donnie. What do we do? What do we do? And the one time he couldn't think of anything, Michelangelo jumped in and saved the day, which was awesome. I'm just gonna give Mikey his props on that one. Let's see. We're underneath. We're thousands of feet under the water. It's about to blow up, and there's a giant sea creature blocking our path. I'm out. Like I got nothing. So really, if you really did want to cripple the turtles by taking out one of them, I fully believe Donatello is the most important turtle and the one you want to take out. You guys may disagree with me, but I've said my piece, and I've laid out actual evidence and examples of when Donnie got taken, or when Leo got taken out, they turned to Donnie, or when Leo had to make a decision, he turned to Donnie. When Raph gets caught, then it's Leo and Donnie. But I'm just saying there are other turtles who have straight up said lead the plans to Donnie because that's what he does.
All right, now here's a question though. Do you think he's coming back?
Of course he is.
Alex?
I almost feel like Waltz was like dropping a hint when he specifically said earthly way.
Exactly.
So
one, he said there's no earthly way. Two, this is issue 44, and they're already making plans for like, hey, in issue 100, some shit's gonna go down. They've already said that. They said 50, a lot of stuff is going to happen in 50, but they said that they're like looking to issue 100. You're not going to have, 56 issues of the Ninja Turtles without Donatello in some way.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just going to make a plea right now to the IDW people because I'm seeing this picture of Donnie with everybody around him and his shell's cracked. Please do not bring him back with the Michael Bay machinery on his shell.
Oh.
You know how he had all that machinery on the back of his shell? I could totally see them like, oh, we can put him back together like Cyborg Donatello or some crap, or we'll make him look like the Michael Bay Donatello because he had all that machinery on it. Please don't do that. Like, bring him back, cool, but please don't go that route.
Donatello does machines.
He's not. I don't want him to be machines though. That's what Metalhead is for. That's what the Fugitoid is for.
Good point.
I mean, if you truly do want to cripple the turtles, then Donatello is the one you take out. That's why Donatello was by himself, because he was running everything from their home base. That's what happened. That's why when you read the issue, it's like, what's Donnie doing? Donnie's running everything from the home base.
So I think you bring up a good point there. Like, when you read the issue, and you definitely should. Now, for anybody out there, should they just pick up this issue and just read it as it is? Or do you suggest them starting from the beginning and catching up?
You wouldn't have to start at the issue number 1. You wouldn't have to read 44 issues. Where you are, Ryan, is probably fine. Because, it's all about the story arcs,
I mean, I'm in the mid-30s.
Yeah, so you're fine. I mean, like, as it happened, issue number 1, the Turtles all wore red and Raphael wasn't even there. Arcs happen. That's just comics. So I can't tell you exactly when the arc started here, but if you go back to the start of that arc, I mean, you'll be pretty set. But by the way, have you ever seen Raph more pissed off in your life than he is in that last picture? I mean, seriously.
I haven't seen it yet.
Huh?
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen the picture? You sent us the link.
The one that's in the article? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen? Look at Raph.
I haven't read the issue yet, though.
I know, but I'm just look at it. Like, seeing Mikey cry on Leo's shoulders, because Donatello is the closest brother to Mikey, and to see somebody so childlike and innocent as Michelangelo crying that much over Donnie that way on Leo's shoulder, and Leo just standing there, just stoic as always. But Raph, everyone looks sad. Raph is about to just kill everybody in the Foot Clan right now.
He's got some tears in his eyes too.
He does, but he's also, he's got the teeth showing. He's got he's the clenched fist. He is about to start some stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
I ordered my issue.
Nice. I'm really curious to see that. I mean, one like if I were to list it, it'd be like number one, how's Donnie going to come back? Two, what is Raphael about to do? Like that's going to like that. Those are the first two things. Like, damn, how's Donnie coming back? And two, I mean,
And then Aloplex trying to console Raph.
she failing miserably.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude. It's one thing to see somebody genuinely upset and pissed off, but when they look as pissed off as Raph does, with tears in their eyes, you like I'm telling you, man, he's about to go all Night Watcher on them and just go in with his freaking bike and just kill everybody, except for Shredder. He can't take Shredder. All right, I've said my piece. That's comic book news for that part. What's up? I'm just saying, man. Writers, how often does a writer get choked up when they write deaths about, when they write death scenes for characters? Like they know it's coming, but they, how, and then he said like they got choked up when they wrote it, but then when they saw it, it man. Hey, if Barry Allen can come back after like 30 years of being dead, and Damian Wayne can come back after being killed by a future form of himself, Donatello can come back. They have the technology. They'll put him back together. That's okay. There's no earthly way he'll survive. Yeah, there's a reason he said it.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay, Darby.
Man,
it's gonna be okay.
I got nothing, man.
I was saying,
you don't even know.
Now is the time, because there is a massive IDW sale going on right now, up to 50% off the trades. And so we've got a link to that in the show notes. Head over to IDW and catch up, because this is a great series. And it's actually interesting. We kind of have a connection to this, because a listener, he's a lot more than that, to us, especially to Darby there, because Sal, he's the one that did the drawing of Darby, and Darby holds that over us every day.
Hey, you guys, you know what? I'm envious though, because you guys have been quote unquote recognized in the wild. You know what I mean? I still haven't yet. So you guys have that over me.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, keep going, Ryan.
So Salvador Orator, I hope I'm saying his last name right. He is actually he's actually done a cover for the IDW series, and he did 34, issue 34. That's actually the last one I read, actually.
And I'm not saying this just because the guy drew a picture of me and he's a friend of the show. Dude, his rendition of the Turtles is awesome. Like, they used his rendition. They used his cover when they made this promo for we're doing a trade sale up to 50% off. They used his cover. So that tells you how legit his rendition of the Turtles really is.
Yeah, so his cover for issue 34, like Darby said, it's actually the artwork that they use for this sale. And Sal is actually going to be heading to the Bangor Comic Con. That's Bangor, Maine, I believe. Mm-hmm. He'll have a slabbed copy of his issue 34 cover with his signature and Kevin Eastman's signature, and he's going to have it for sale. So you can contact him if you're interested, and if you'd like to pre-order. So definitely wanted to let everybody know about that. Let's see what else. We got a lot of comic book news. Let's get through this here.
By the way, wait, no. I still have to point something out. Two things I need to point out. One, Sal is like me. He's a Donnie guy, so of course Donnie is in the front for his cover. But two, I feel like I just have to point this out. There was an episode of the 2K3 series where all the Turtles except for Donnie was killed, and then Donnie had to kill Shredder. I'm just going to point that out right now. So there was an episode where all three Turtles died except for Donnie, while Donnie killed Shredder in the future. Just gonna play that card right before we move on.
Yes.
It had to be said. For all those people who think, well, since Donnie's a wuss since he died, it's like, well, there was an episode where the other 3 turtles died and Donnie killed Shredder. I'm just going to leave that there.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's move on.
Let's see. We got some IDW Limited stuff going on here. I actually want to play this right quick. This is Kevin talking. This is not an interview with us. This is an interview that he did. It's not really an interview. He's just going to do a quick thing about his 2012 annual. And do you guys remember the 2012 annual?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
With Raph and Casey and Saka. How did you say that? Sakabra. The
Shakabra.
Shakabra.
So anyway, here's him talking about his IDW limited release of the 2012 annual deluxe version.
Hi everybody, Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles here, and I'm standing in this awesome new future IDW gallery space. And I want to talk to you about a really cool project that's coming out, that's just come out right now. This is from the 2012 annual that I did. We did this very, very, very special edition where not only do you get the most awesome book that recreates every single page in full color with sketches and behind the scenes stuff, but I have, in this package you're going to get original art from the book. This is the original yellow line layout that I did, and then I do an overlay where I put the blue pencil in. This is my actual final pencil that I do before I actually do the finished pages. And so you look at this layout and it opens right up to the actual finished page, which is awesome. So you can have original art, 2 versions of original art, and then the actual book signed. And the coolest thing to me is I actually included in every single copy an actual pencil that I use to draw all those layouts with. So pencil, artwork, signed, all things Turtles, all things Kevin Eastman, all things me. You should order 2 today. Thank you. What?
So now we were kind of talking about some really expensive Turtles items before. This is definitely in that category. It is available for $395. Yeah. It is only limited to 60 copies. 60. That's it.
See, that's
how much is it going for?
That's when it's worth it.
Yeah,
because that truly makes it it truly makes it like a collector's item.
You could buy 2. You could buy 2 of those for the price of one of those Ninja Turtle statues we were talking about earlier.
That's very true.
You could buy 2 of these and sell one of them and probably make some money back.
Yep,
exactly.
So that is available for IDW Limited from IDW Limited. And as well, the Secret History of the Foot Clan Deluxe Work Print Limited Edition is available as well. And that's kind of more in the IDW Limited. They have the blue label. They have the black label. The blue label is limited to 25 copies. That is $350. The black label is limited to 100 copies. That is $250. Those are both... I think they're available right now as well. And let's see here. Oh, and wow, and they are out of stock. They are out of stock with the blue. Let me check on the black. So that's amazing.
Might be too late, huh?
Yeah. So the black is still available. That's the $250 version. The blue is out. That was 25 copies available, and that is gone. And just from the story point of view, I mean, you're obviously buying way more than just the story with this. But that Secret History of the Foot Clan micro series was fantastic.
That was great. It was great.
I really do like, I mean, throughout the history of the Turtles, whenever they do a story about like the back history of the Foot Clan or the back history of Shredder, the lost episodes from the 2K3 series where they talk about like the history of Shredder and that the Shredder goes back like millennia. There's all these different versions of the Shredder. Like, I love that stuff. God, so good.
You know why it's called the Foot Clan though, Ryan?
Why is it about? The Foot Clan. What do you mean?
Because like why Kevin Eastman decided to call it the Foot Clan?
Yes, I know. Yes, because of Daredevil, the hand.
Because of Daredevil. That's right. Sorry, just to point that out. I'm gonna at least ask him that question. I just want to see if he likes it. That's all. I'm excited.
Everybody knows that.
I'm excited though.
Yes, I
know. How often, like we said earlier, we want to ask him questions that like people don't normally ask him. So
yeah, everybody asks him that.
Do they?
Yeah.
They're asking, hey, do you like the Netflix show that just came out? They've already asked him that a million times.
Okay, they haven't asked him that. They've asked him about the hand. Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Let's.
Is that going to do it for? We got one more thing for comic book news.
I've got like 14 things left. Okay.
Oh, see, you only put one on this, so there you go.
Exclusive new mini casts, TMNT's Casey and April as lovers in a dangerous time. This is the new Casey and April microseries that's going to be coming out. That's going to be coming out in June 24th. It's going to be a 4-part miniseries, just like the Mutanimals is out right now. Let's see, again, linked if you want to see some of the artwork. There's artwork for I think 1 and 2 and maybe 3 now. Anyway. Let's see. Moving on. Sophie Campbell, who did work on the Secret History of the Foot Clan, she posted up some sketch plates that she had worked on for the limited edition book, and so we've got the link to that. It's actually on Facebook. She posted them on there. Future of the IDW, TMNT. So this was a tweet from Tom Waltz. He said, folks, clearing the air here. IDW's TMNT doesn't end at issue 50, as they had originally stated. It's a grand finale of sorts, but the series will continue. We have big plans. And then Bobby, he actually tweeted out a photo. This is pretty cool. It's a photo of Tom Waltz and Kevin Eastman and brainstorming for issue 50. So then this is interesting. So Kevin is actually joining the IDW team. He has signed an exclusive contract with IDW Publishing, and it was released in a press release and detailed that Eastman will be joining the IDW staff in their newly announced move to San Diego's historic Liberty Station NTC offices, with an office on site, and his original works will mark the inaugural exhibition of the San Diego Comic Art Gallery, which we did talk about in our last episode.
It also says, though, in the press release too, it's not just Ninja Turtles. It says he signed an exclusivity contract with IDW that will see all his new projects created solely with IDW.
That's right.
So it's not just Ninja Turtles. So there's some new stuff coming out with Kevin Eastman that definitely we're all looking forward to reading, especially if he's teaming up with IDW, because we've all seen what they're doing with the Turtles. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with his new stuff.
Absolutely. Pete and Kevin signed issue 1. Kevin's actually selling an issue, one of these. It's going currently right now for $3,700. So if you'd like to donate to the Turtle Power Podcast, you can find us on PayPal. No, I'm just kidding. But
no, he's not.
Seriously,
he's not. Please help us.
But seriously,
seriously, though, please help us.
No,
we'll be like the Simpsons, where they bought Radioactive Man #1, and then all 3 of them fought over it. We'll just be like fighting over this one issue constantly.
Yeah.
Alex will have a week, and then he'll send it to you, and then you'll send it to me, because I don't trust Alex to send it to me, and then I'll send it to Alex.
If I were either one of you, I wouldn't trust me with it at all.
See, I'm smart enough to know that.
This is a graded copy. It's graded 8.0. Obviously, first edition.
Yeah, 3,700. It's still an 8. I mean, 8.0 is not bad considering the age of the comic itself, but that's crazy. That's QQ, man. That's crazy.
So, and it being signed by both of them, I'm sure that that.
Well, yeah, of course, but still.
Let's see. Ultimate Collection Volume 6 hardcover has been announced, and I'm excited about this one because I did collect all of the other volumes. I actually collected 3 through 5 because 1 and 2 were included. All those issues were included in the 25th anniversary Mirage volume that they had. So, but this is going to be collecting various Eastman and Laird one-shots and short stories. This is going to be the final volume in the Ultimate Collection series as well. So it's going to be available July 22nd. What else? Tales of the TMNT Volume 7 trade paperback. This is another one I'm excited for because this is going to continue the Tales of the TMNT Volume 2, the original Mirage Volume 2 of the Tales of the TMNT. This is going to be issues 17 through 20, and this is going to be available July 8th. And what's next? This part. So TMNT New Animated Adventures. We've talked about this mostly due to the fact that we don't read it. And,
right.
I hope we didn't ruin anything, but we do have news that it is getting canceled. This is via Rich over at TMNT A Collection. You can find his website at tmnt-ninjaturtles.com. I go to his site for all my Turtles comic book news. So basically, he says if you checked IDW's July 2015 solicitations, or you've just seen my recent July TMNT publications post, then you already know that something is missing. TMNT New Animated Adventures. I just confirmed with IDW that the TMNT NAA title has indeed been canceled. However, IDW does have plans for it to return after a short hiatus with a new name, new title, along with a brand new approach. And he says, I'll be sure to keep you all updated as I find out more about that. So, this sounds a lot more promising than the Classic Collectors situation, because it does say that they have a plan of moving forward. They're going to revamp and come out with something new. So that certainly sounds a lot better than maybe we'll do something. So, and then last bit of news, I guess, is Free Comic Book Day is coming up. Do you guys have a spot picked out already for Free Comic Book Day?
Yep.
So second.
I do not, but I mean, I live in a city that has the biggest comic book shop. I don't want to say in the world. I know in America, so shouldn't be too hard to find one.
What is that?
Mile High Comics.
Oh yeah.
Picture a Walmart size like warehouse. That's comics, but like
That's
twice
cool.
the size of Walmart. It's like the best way I could. It's enormous.
Well, if
and there's
you're in the
multiple ones too. Like they have smaller ones, but they have like a big one just right there in Denver.
Well, if you're in the Northeast and you'd like to share Free Comic Book Day with other TMNT fans, you're going to have two opportunities, both at Shellback Artworks. So basically they're going to have, a guy you may have heard of him, Peter Laird. He's going to be there on Saturday, May 2nd, from noon until 3. And also another guy you may have heard of him, Steve Levine. No big deal. Just two of the, biggest influences on the Turtles ever. So, yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, no,
whatever. If you'd like to see them, Shellback Artworks. And your other option, Jetpack Comics and Games. They're going to be having some TMNT centric stuff going on there as well. And again, link in the show notes. So, what's out now? And you guys don't know because I didn't update that part. So I'll just run down.
No, it actually says update me.
Exactly. So IDW series. It's the 29th is issue 45. So if you've read issue 44, they're actually going to a third print of that. So
Because they know everybody wants to see what the hell the Turtles do now that Donnie's gone.
no, the third print of issue 44.
Oh, okay.
Third print of
Well,
45.
yeah.
45 hasn't come out yet. So 45 and the third printing of issue 44 both come out on the 29th.
Which variant cover B for 44, just so you know, is already going for like 100, 150 bucks.
Yeah.
So.
Made it, like I said, made a big splash.
That's why you get the digital ones.
That's what I do. New animated adventures, issue 22. So they've got a couple that are still coming out. It's not just ended immediately. So that's also coming out on the 29th, April 29th. Free Comic Book Day, Prelude to Vengeance. It's going to be May 2nd. Let's see what else here. Mutanimals, issue 3, May 6th. So we've got 1 and 2 out, and the part 3 of 4 comes out May 6th. And as I mentioned earlier, Casey and April, part 1 of that will come out after Mutanimals is complete. That doesn't come out until June 24th. And we talked about the Mirage, what's coming out there, and nothing new on the Archie front. So,
that'll do it.
The longest comics segment we've ever done.
There's a lot of stuff in comics, though, so that's good.
That's a good thing.
That is a very good thing.
Plus, I mean, when you have to do a eulogy to your favorite turtle, it's kind of hard to keep it short.
Man, I'm laughing with you.
No, you're not, Dick. That's fine, because now we're getting into movie news. Movie news. TMNT #2 has begun filming in New York City, Albany, and Buffalo now through May. We want to give a shout out to Tiger Claw 305 for updating us every time. At least once a day, Tiger Claw 305 is updating us on what's going on with TMNT news on Twitter. I mean, have you guys had a day go by where we didn't get a tweet from that?
He's a big help to us, so definitely a shout out to Tiger Claw.
He is. It will also include, I don't know how I feel about this yet, cameos by 5 Clippers.
That's of the Los Angeles variety.
Yes, the Los Angeles, also known as the good team in LA right now.
Ooh, NBA throwdown.
And here come all the Laker fans throwing out all the national champions or the.
They know their team sucks. They know their team sucks.
Of course, their team sucks. I'm not gonna get into it right now, but they're just awful. Of course, my Bulls are doing just fine, so that's all I care about.
They are.
Well, you mean both of your Bulls.
Wow.
Which is what you guys are full of, so it's okay. But it's apparently going to include cameos by 5 Clippers. And Ryan has sent us that apparently Slam Dunkin' Don will be appearing in the movie as well.
Yeah, that got a lot of retweets.
No.
You guys remember the Sewer Sports All-Stars Slam Dunkin' Don? That was Don. He had the Horace Grant style goggles.
Yeah, the
on.
goggles. Look how short those shorts are.
And,
yeah, those were the days.
Wearing the MJ23.
Yep, absolutely. That was
the only way that the only way this will be okay is if they do a Bebop wearing that outfit on the back cover art
with
and Splinter wearing.
Referee.
Yeah.
Splinter's the referee.
Referee Splinter. Oh man.
Hey, you know what? Tony Chaluba already says he doesn't know anything about Splinter, so I wouldn't put it past him. I'm just gonna say it right now.
Good point.
Bebop. Anyway, I love Ryan. That was funny that you tweeted that out. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty good. Let's see. Supermodel Alessandra Ambrosio to co-star in this movie. What's going on with that, Ryan? What is she doing?
I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know. I really don't care.
It's Michael Bay. He puts hot bitches in his movies all the time.
I know she was hanging out with Will Arnett, wasn't she, at the Clippers game?
They don't need to be good actors. They just have to be hot. And then you're in a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah, her and Will Arnett are a thing.
Are they?
In the movie.
Wow, good for Will Arnett. You know what?
No, good for Vernon.
No, good for Will Arnett. That dude, come on. He's done one of the best Batman voices I've heard in a really long time. The dude's a legit nerdy guy. So you know what? For him to land a girl like that, good on you. Good on you. You can be Vernon. I'll be okay with it now. No. Remember when I called it that he was going to be Vernon? Remember that?
Never mind. Never mind. It was a scene for the sequel. It was a what now? It was a scene for the sequel.
Yeah.
So
scene for the sequel.
I thought he likes legitimately. I'm like, all right. I thought he was married.
No. He's that's why I said Vernon. Vernon.
Well, it didn't specify. I'm reading the article right now. Okay, this is one of the things that I didn't read.
Vernon's just going to be like interviewing her. He's too socially awkward to land like a chick that hot. He'll be like interviewing her, or he'll be like stumbling over himself.
No, because they were kissing. They were kissing, so that was part of the scene.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they were photographed kissing at a Knicks game, and that's about the only action that was going on at the Knicks game.
Knicks game, yeah.
Yeah, and it was filmed for a scene for the sequel for Half Shell, which we'll get to in a minute.
Which J.J. Redick decided to spoil the title for the movie.
Yeah, so basically,
he said J.J. Redick said it was himself, Austin Rivers, Matt Barnes, Spencer Hawes, and DeAndre Jordan. Couldn't get Blake Griffin, really? Couldn't get like the biggest name on the Clippers or Chris Paul
or CP3, yeah.
Yeah, couldn't get one of those two. They're like, dude, this movie, no, we're no. Maybe if I get to make out with the supermodel, but if Will Arnett gets to, no.
Matt Barnes is pretty solid.
Apparently, along with 5 Knicks players, they're going to be back at Madison Square Garden, and he said we're going to be filming a scene for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sequel, Half Shell. He just straight up said it.
Yep. And then the interviewer goes, "So it's Half Shell?"
And then he just says, "I probably shouldn't say that."
You know what the best thing about that whole interview is?
Yeah.
The best thing about that entire interview is the fact that the 5 Knicks players aren't even worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Well, if it's not Carmelo, then who's worth mentioning on that team? It's not even 5 Knicks players. It's 5 extras that they put Knicks jerseys on. You know.
Yeah.
Nobody could tell the difference. They probably play just as well.
Going back to the title, I don't think it's not a bad title. Yeah. I mean, it's just.
See, I hear Half Shell, and I think Lion King 1.5, which was god awful.
No, it's not going to be that.
I mean,
it had Lion King 1.5 at its moment,
but that's
though.
not why.
But I like how Redick just straight up goes, "I'm going to get in trouble," but yeah, it's called Half Shell.
How is he going to get in trouble? What are they going to do?
Right? Like, oh god, because we were all on the edge of our seats. Like, what's it going to be called? TMNT 2? Whatever.
Like, yeah.
TMNT 2, right. Secret of the... No, wait. That was a better movie. Okay.
Darry, move on to the next thing. I know you want to talk about this.
Damn right I want to talk about this. Yeah. So, in a moment of, once again, Darby is light years ahead of everybody else on the Turtle Power podcast.
Oh, God.
Hey, how long have I been telling you guys that you need to be watching Arrow because Stephen Amell is legit?
What are you talking about?
Awesome.
Everybody's been watching Arrow since the beginning of the show.
Ryan, have you been watching Arrow?
So
exactly.
Okay, all right.
Ryan doesn't watch good TV. He hasn't watched Daredevil. He hasn't watched Arrow. He hasn't watched Flash. He hasn't watched any of these. Stephen Amell, the man of my dreams, Stephen Amell, has landed the role of Casey Jones in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. I am uber excited about this. One, because I know he's a better actor than Megan Fox.
That's not
two,
really much, but
it's not saying much. But two, if for those of Alex, you've already said it. You watch Arrow.
Oh, he's fantastic.
You've seen him. You've seen him layeth the smacketh down on many a people, except for Ra's al
Ghul. He already plays a vigilante, right? Like he's perfect for the role. He's perfect for the role.
especially if he went back to like old school Arrow, who actually killed people at the beginning of the series.
Right, the vigilante at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, when they called him the Vigilante because they didn't have a name for him yet.
Yep.
Then it was the Hood. Now it's the Arrow.
Right. Yep.
Stephen Amell lands the role. Okay, and you know what? I would love it because I love Stephen Amell so much. If like Megan Fox came on to him in the movie, if April and he was just like,
meh.
Who are you? Yeah, meh. Bitch, you ain't nothing. Do you know who I am? I'm Stephen Amell. It was really funny too because he posted a thing on Facebook because he's in New York right now filming. And he actually put a post up on Facebook yesterday where he went into a Starbucks and asked the girl behind the counter, like, hey, could you please grind up these beans for me? And the girl behind the counter said, oh, I'm sorry, our grinder's broken. And another girl who worked there walked up and says, that's the mother Green Arrow. We'll find a grinder. And then she said, like, we'll have your coffee for you, Mr. Queen. That's what she called him. And he was just like,
awesome.
Yeah, she's like, we'll grind your coffee for you, Mr. Queen. And he was just like, okay, thanks. Like, he was cool about it.
I think he actually said in another interview that he was going to have his version of Casey Jones kind of be like Oliver Queen a little bit.
Which means you need to fucking watch that show that I've been telling you to watch for the past 3 years, Ryan. So you can get an idea of just how badass and amazing this guy is. I was Green Arrow for Halloween, man. Like, that's how awesome, Stephen. I was Green Arrow for Halloween, and a hot blonde friend of mine that worked at the bar next door was my Black Canary. Like, that happened because Stephen Amell is that awesome.
Right,
I'm excited.
Have a Black Canary. Canaries are yellow, okay? Gosh.
Black Canary is his girl, dude.
Hair.
Yeah, she has blonde hair. Yeah, dude.
So that makes it okay? Gosh, you're so racist.
And she has her canary cry. Shut up, man.
Ryan has not. Yeah, Ryan's just showing everybody just how little he knows about comics by saying that stuff. Dude, Green Arrow, Black Canary are like, that's Bruce Wayne, Catwoman status, dude. That's how.
I actually think hotter. I actually think it's hotter.
Oh, they are. Oh, dude, they are hot. They're like the hottest couple. I think they're hotter. I mean, not bigger names than Superman and Lois Lane, but like, dude, their relationship in the comics, not on the show, but in the comics, is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited. Stephen Amell, in which case I'd like to ask our fans again to help us. His Twitter is Amellywood, @Amellywood. I want to get him on the show. I want to get Stephen Amell on the show. I don't care if it's 2 hours of me just telling him how awesome he is, or 5 minutes. I don't care. I want Stephen Amell on this show. It has to happen.
Go for it.
Let's go for it. I'm all about it. I was like the first one to tweet at him when it was announced that he was Tiger Claw actually told us, and then I immediately started fawning all over Stephen Amell again while I was at work. I don't care how gay this sounds. I don't care. Stephen Amell's awesome. I'm happy. I got to open a window up here, man. It's getting pretty hot. All right. So Stephen Amell's in New York City right now, or New York right now, filming for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, where he will play Casey Jones. Maybe I'll go to that open casting call, Ryan. They have an open casting call going on for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 right now in New York City.
Yeah, you should definitely go out for this. So let me read the description here. Blah, blah, blah is holding an open casting call for the
blah,
sequel,
blah,
blah, blah, blah. They are looking for attractive women ages 18 to 35.
Like every Michael Bay
play...
movie.
Yes.
Gets
better. Gets better. To play girls in Catholic school uniforms. Because Michael Bay? I think that's the only answer to that.
Because Michael Bay. You know what's going to be the best part, too, when that scene that they show up to be in is cut from the movie? And Michael Bay's like, yeah, I just wanted countless hot women to show up in Catholic schoolgirl uniforms for my movie.
Yeah, I just...
I mean,
because Michael Bay.
It might be an important scene. I'm sure there's a reason for it.
Because Michael Bay.
Look, I'm going to put a little bit of faith in this film just because of the recent casting that they've done
with
Stephen Amell, right? Because that's by far the best casting job they've done for this movie.
Alex, wouldn't it be cool if the scene was just Casey Jones, Stephen Amell, Casey Jones, just like swimming in Catholic school bitches?
Oh my God! Please let that be the case.
Seriously, I mean that. He should just be swimming in all those bitches.
Okay, so he's swimming in all them bitches, and then
Seriously,
Bebop and
yes.
Rocksteady come walking up.
Bebop and Rocksteady? Are they confirmed for the movie, Ryan?
They are.
Go on.
What else do you want me to say? They're confirmed.
It doesn't say anything in comicbook.com where we got the article from?
I don't know. It says stuff it's confirmed. What do you want me to, I don't know. What do you want?
Do you want 1987 Bebop and Rocksteady, or do you want Michael Jackson Bebop and Russian Rocksteady?
I want IDW Bebop and Rocksteady.
No, because they killed Donatello.
I'm just saying they're
Stephen Amell. Okay, what?
At Paramount's CinemaCon presentation, the studio showed renderings of the characters as they appear in the film's current stage of development, likely the same rendering that leaked to the public weeks ago before being squashed by Paramount. So Paramount said, no. Those aren't the... so weak.
They
Those
are.
not the
They're
Bebop
so
and
bad when it
Rocksteady,
comes to
characters that are going to be in our movie. No. Oh, okay, yeah, they are.
Yeah, no, that's a thing that's going to happen. Hey, I'm excited. I hope they do it well. You know, how big are they going to be if mutated turtles are like 8 feet tall? How big do you think like Bebop and Rocksteady are going to be? Especially Rocksteady. What if what if his horn just gets bigger when the Catholic schoolgirls show up?
Oh,
that is a Michael Bay thing.
That's totally a Michael Bay thing. Dude, there was a Transformer with testicles. That's a Michael Bay thing, okay? Like, that happened in the Transformers movie. So I wouldn't put it past him. All right, Ryan. So you also put up there, Louis Allen Rizzo sent a link to us to Nostalgia Critic, an angry video game nerds review of the 2014 TMNT movie. I actually have not seen this.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine he doesn't say anything that hasn't already been said.
I have.
Precisely.
It's same shit.
It's
same shit.
Same old. But it is they actually have some pretty good green screen. So they put
really you're gonna say that?
Well,
you're
okay.
You can't say that with a straight face.
Creative.
You can't say that. No.
It's creative. They put themselves in the original Ninja Turtles game.
This film is a bunch of poopy, stupid farts on a butthole sandwich. Is that what he's going to say?
That's pretty much it.
I can already hear it.
I hate hearing his voice so much.
Well, yeah.
What were they thinking? Jesus Christ. Get a clue, designers. God. Come on, directors. Get with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Can we go back to the Catholic schoolgirls, please? All right.
No, we're done. We're gonna move on to the 25th anniversary of a film that we do all love. And I swear to God, if somebody says they don't like this movie, I'm gonna slap them.
Meh.
Shut up.
Shut up.
The original. There can only be your first time once. The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie has turned 25. And a lot of love for this movie from big outlets. We're talking People Magazine, Forbes, Yahoo, Hollywood Reporter, and then Den of Geek, all giving this movie major love. People says Cowabunga, the Teenage Mutant TMNT movie, turns 25. Forbes says TMNT, not Batman, blazed the comic book movie trail. And then Yahoo and Hollywood Reporter shared the same story of TMNT, untold story of the movie every studio in Hollywood rejected. And I wanted to say thanks to Lewis as well, or again, I should say, because he did alert us to that Yahoo story as well. So
technically, Batman came out before TMNT, though. The Tim Burton Batman technically came out first.
Yes.
That's a fact that needs to be pointed out. I mean, you say TMNT paved. Don't get me wrong. I love this movie, but you also got to think he says TMNT, not Batman, paved the way when Batman came out first and was far more successful.
No, he says blazed the comic book movie trail.
Right, but Batman came out first, so technically wouldn't that be the one that blazed the trail for like TMNT and then everything that happened after that?
No, see,
Well, the trail was already developed. They already developed the trail. That's basically what happened.
Well, what about all the Christopher Reeve Superman movies? Those came out in the 70s.
No. I know. Well, again, that trail has already been blazed. They just blazed it again.
Reblazed it?
Yeah, they were in Colorado, so they blazed the comic book trail.
You know what? That would have made the movie a lot better. The Batman one, not the TMNT one. Sorry.
Anyway, no. Congratulations. The movie, obviously, my favorite movie, my favorite rendition. I think everybody's right. I mean, that was the greatest movie of all time, arguably.
See, now in the TMNT 2 movie though, like if they're gonna shoot a basketball scene, is the entire audience gonna be Catholic schoolgirls when they play against the Knicks?
Are you still on this?
I'm just freaking Michael Bay, man. Like it just, yeah.
We don't know what's going. I mean, maybe, you know.
Hey, baby, you want to be in TMNT 3? He's gonna go around saying that to a lot of them.
Maybe there's a science experiment gone wrong in a Catholic, classroom where it's just girls, and maybe the girls are Bebop and Rocksteady. What a twist!
What a twist!
Maybe Bebop and Rocksteady are female. We don't know that.
It's true. Ryan's like, weren't we talking about the first movie? Yes, we were.
Yeah.
This is Darby's fault. So this is what you.
Everything usually is my fault. I'm sorry.
This is what happens.
Anyway,
I do want to talk about really quickly that if in case you didn't know, Ernie Reyes Jr. of course played Donatello in the first TMNT, and he of course was Kino in TMNT 2. An amazing martial artist, amazing actor. He's actually having some health troubles. His kidneys are failing. He said on Twitter they're starting to fail due to years of undetected high blood pressure, and he's started dialysis until he can get a kidney transplant. But he's doing okay. He's actually he announced on Twitter he's happy to realize his true calling is teaching martial arts.
I thought his true calling was beating the crap out of The Rock.
And he's honored to train with Muay Thai legends.
The Rundown.
He posted this photo
dude, he messed up The Rock in that
Thursday,
movie.
of him as a kid with Muhammad Ali, which is really funny because you mentioned in the movie
Rundown.
That,
yep.
In the Rundown where him and The Rock connect through Muhammad Ali.
Float like butterflies, sting like bee.
Yeah,
yep.
You got it. So, and then he did announce too that he's going to be with a TMNT. I don't know if it's a panel or if it's a table or what, but he's going to be in Wizard World Vegas.
What a freaking monster, man! Like seriously, hey, just so you guys know, kidneys failed. It's all good. I'll be in Vegas to do a panel.
I'm actually working with Muay Thai legends right now. Like, it's just kind of what I'm doing.
He's such a monster, dude. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, he did play Donatello in the first movie. So.
Oh, jeez. All right. Whatever. Look,
there we
go. We wish him a speedy recovery, for sure, from the Turtle Power Podcast, and prayers being sent his way and his family's way for sure.
Guys, it's time. Let's go to our interview with co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Kevin Eastman.
Please, a moment to reflect.
It's an absolute honor to have on the show, celebrating our 3-year anniversary, co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mr. Kevin Eastman. Kevin, welcome to the Turtle Power Podcast.
Great to be here, guys. Thanks for having me on.
There is so much to talk about and so little time. the IDW series. Obviously, major major changes in that series right now. The Nick Turtles, and of course the Adventures of Ice Cream Kitty, the upcoming movie. But we wanted to ask you some insightful TMNT questions that we hope our listeners would appreciate your response to. So, Alex, take it away.
Absolutely. One of the things that we were talking about, Kevin, is what if the TMNT were to debut today, almost 31 years after its actual debut? Do you think the style and story would be any different? Would the setting, origin story, or even how you and Peter made your first issue be approached differently?
Definitely. No, I think that I'd be curious if they would actually work today in today's marketplace, considering the amount of characters and opportunities, and you think that the timeliness of the Turtles back when they were first published was, self-publishing was a viable opportunity for a wannabe cartoonist, comic book illustrator, storyteller. What was going on in comic books in the world at that time. There was really, this change sort of coming that, you saw, underground self-publishers, heavy metal, things like Heavy Metal Magazine, European cartoonists, manga sort of starting to arrive here. American comics wanting to grow up a little bit more. The opportunity within self-publishing distribution systems that could get comic books into a store that could allow you to make a living. The timeliness of the Turtles in the parody that that we had in the first issue. It was just a perfect storm for us we didn't know that at the time. We were completely oblivious. We were just two, goofballs who loved comic books and loved Jack Kirby and wanted to write and draw and tell our own story. So I think it was just all that love was all poured into this one issue. Our love of the medium, our love of comic books, and the shoulders of the giants we stood on. The guys that inspired us. We put everything into that one comic book, and I just seemed to hit at the right time. Today, I feel like it would get lost maybe in so many other cool things out there. You think of countless video games and TV shows and cartoon shows, and would they actually? Would the jokes work? Would the whole concept of Teenage Mutants work, or would it just be so lost in a sea of other mutants and things that they wouldn't be as unique, I guess, as they were in those days? So that's a great question. I'd be curious as well.
Hey, Kevin, it's Darby. I just want to thank you again for coming on with us. And I guess my question would be, do you have a name for TMNT fans? What do you call us? If there isn't a name for us, do you have any suggestions as to what you would call the TMNT fans?
Mostly when Courtney and we do a lot of shows, especially last year. How I treated most of the fans was I just mostly blamed them for all of my success. No, I don't have a name for them. I just, in a specific name, it's just that they're, boring in the sense that they're so nice. They're consistently awesome people. They're enthusiastic. They're happy. They love the Turtles. It really was, when we did the tour last year, it was consistently mind-blowing, is that, I don't take compliments well, and I was just spend the whole day just being treated like a king by all these amazing fans, and it was like mind-blowing. So no, I thank fans profusely. I thank them for giving me the greatest job in the universe, a job that I've dreamed about when I was a kid, and without fans, I wouldn't have, the job that I have. I wouldn't still be telling turtle stories 30 years later and doing all the cool things that we're doing. So, no, I'd love to, I have to come up with like a Lady Gaga thing or something, right? Like Little Monsters, or I call them My Little Mutants. No, I just mostly say thank you, and I appreciate their support.
I keep calling us Shellheads.
Let me know if you come
I get
up
a chance.
Shellheads. Oh, that's a good one. So, but yeah, let me know any ideas you have. I'll put it on Facebook. We'll come up with a name for our fans.
Sounds good. Well, the thanks goes right back to you for all the work that you've done for the Turtles and continue to do for the Turtles. One of our listeners, Mikey Tron 300, asks, after the Nick Turtles is finished, where do you see the franchise going from there?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, I always like to set up an answer for that question by saying, Pete and I never thought we'd sell the issue one of issue one. The fact that we're still talking about Turtles 30 years later, and all the adventures and all the different universes and the different mediums, from the movies to the comics to the different kinds of stories we've been able to tell over these last 30, now heading into 31 years. Never could have imagined it, and having the opportunity to tell. I love like the last Mirage series that Pete did. The black and white series was fantastic. I love the Image series that was never completed, which was absolutely fantastic. I hope that can be completed one day. The different places that they've gone in animation, and what's going on now with the IDW series. It's like I feel I'm having as much fun working with Tom Waltz and Bobby Knoll team at IDW as I did sincerely working with Peter Laird back in the day. It's that kind of excitement. I get that excited about the story sessions. I get that excited about each issue that we're doing. I'm a kid again, doing what I love doing the most. I hope, and if the support for the first 50 issues of the Turtles, which is, I think issue 50 will be out in August of this year, if the support continues the way it has been, hopefully there won't be an end to the IDW series anytime soon, because we've got lots and lots of ideas for after issue 50, that's for sure. But yeah, I think that's what's amazing about, even when you compare the IDW universe with the new Nickelodeon animated show, and the universes spin around the same core and the same heart and soul, but they're different. There's a slight tweak here and a slight tweak there. Some the fans like, some they don't like as much, but they still love that they're there. I think they love that they're still their Turtles. And as long as they keep supporting the kinds of stories we're telling, my goodness, I hope it doesn't end for a long time.
Fantastic. Speaking of IDW series, we do hear that you have some new stuff coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about the upcoming Los Angeles series that's coming to IDW?
Absolutely, yeah. It's in addition to my monthly joyride of working on the Turtles and the covers and working with Tom and Bobby, is I worked out an arrangement with IDW, and I've been working with them for 4 years now, and they were very interested to hear what other kinds of things, creator-owned stuff or things that I've come up with that I'd like to do as well. So we signed an exclusive deal, and the Los Angeles project is actually kind of a cool post-apocalyptic, apocalyptic-ish version of the Warriors. Remember the old Walter Hill movie?
Oh yeah.
It's love that movie. And that's going to be a 6-issue series. I created Los Angeles with Simon Bisley about 7 or 8 years ago as an animation idea, but always felt that it would make a better comic book or a series of graphic novels, and decided that if someone is going to do it, why don't I do it? And so I'm going to do I've done all the final writing, and I'll do all the drawing and all the artwork and covers, and Simon Bisley's done the covers. So that's going to be 6 issues that will hopefully start later this year. I'm working on it now. And then I've got a couple other original ideas with IDW that we're sort of kicking the tires on of what will come next. So I think after Los Angeles, I'd like to do a 4-issue Turtle series. Tom and I would write, and I'll do all the drawing on, and then lead into another original concept. And we've got a few ideas there. But I guess one of the IDW projects I'm the most excited about right now too is part of the new offices that they're going to be opening is they're opening up a gallery space.
Yeah.
It's down at Liberty Station in Point Loma. And the first show, which will open in June, just before Comic-Con, is going to be a Turtle retrospective show, and it'll also feature a big section of a kid's book I did many years ago called Underwear with Mark Martin. It's under WHERE Underwear. But no, I'm right now, all my energy is going into Los Angeles and the Turtle series, and I can't wait to see what comes afterwards. But I'm excited for the IDW relationship. I think they're just smart and creative, and the things that they've allowed me to do and want me to do with them it feels like home, and I hope to stay there for a long time.
Nice. Kevin, we have so many more questions for you, but we know you have a full schedule, so we hope you'll come back on the show in the future to talk more TMNT and about all your future projects.
Sure, for sure. I think that, let me see, I've got about another 5 minutes or so. I don't know if that helps you at all, if you want to throw in another question or two, or I can come back whenever you like. You can always schedule Courtney, my amazing business manager wife, arranges everything, and otherwise I just stumble around the house in my pajamas. But
well, I know that yeah, she's been great with setting this up too, by the way, and please say hello to her for us. I know Darby does have a very important question that he wants to ask you about a recent TV show that's come out.
I had 2 questions really, but how are you liking the Daredevil Netflix? Are you as into that as I am?
Dude, blowing my mind. I could not be more excited. And, I'm gonna, hopefully not embarrass myself too much, but I know a lot of people hated the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck, and there was a lot of stuff in that movie that I really did enjoy. I thought they really tried hard to be as true to the the Miller-esque version of Daredevil, and they didn't hit it every note the way I wish they could have, but there was a lot of great stuff in there. But when I first saw the new Netflix series, I was just like, jaw hit the floor, and just could not be more thrilled with what they're doing with that. I was beyond pumped that I'm already halfway through the series, and they're already greenlit the second series, and yeah, great job, kudos all the way around. I'm totally digging it.
Nice. I just have another spur of the moment question. Why Donnie?
You have to keep reading. No, what's been so fantastic is, and hopefully this isn't too long of an answer, but what's been so fantastic about the concept of the universe that Tom Waltz wanted to build when he originally, pitched Nickelodeon the idea of what to do with this new series, he's sort of put everything into, to me, a perfect storm of taking, his favorite bits, which is our favorite bits of the original black and white series, the tonality, the edginess, that kind of attitude, being able to pick and choose some of the awesome characters and some of the more bizarre characters from the different Turtle universes, from what we did with the neutrinos, and to Pigeon Pete, to bringing Bebop and Rocksteady, and what we're doing with them, and one of my favorite tributes to the old City at War series was when we did the City Fall series with the Dark Leo component. Oh, yeah. There's so many great opportunities in this new Turtle universe. I call it the IDW universe, with obviously Nickelodeon's blessing. They've supported everything that we've done and wanted to do from the very beginning. That to have these intensely dramatic moments, which you want a story to pull at your heartstrings. You want to create a situation where you put the characters you love so much into jeopardy, and you want to follow them. You want them to succeed. You want them to keep fighting, and you can't wait to see what happens next. And that's what's been so fun about this entire series, is that it's really being able to push the boundaries a bit, push the limits a bit, and keep the stories interesting and exciting for the guys that are writing and drawing them, like that we are, and Mateus and Corey, and but we want you fans to be engaged and join in the fun. But keep reading. This is a pretty intense storyline going on right now, and I can't wait for you to see what we've got coming for you next. So it's pretty awesome. We're pretty thrilled, and we sincerely appreciate all the fans digging the series. I mean, you keep buying, and we'll keep telling the best stories we can.
Well, we're thrilled to see where it goes leading up to issue 50 and beyond. Woo! Fantastic. All right.
Awesome.
Hey, thank you again so much, and we look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Anytime, guys. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend, all right?
You too.
You too, Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Dude, how cool was that? I mean,
oh my God.
I'm still loving the Are You Guys As Rock Hard As I Am right now, but I'm sorry, guys. I had to sneak in Why Donnie. I just had
fine.
to know.
He gave us extra time.
He did. He was like, I got 5 more minutes.
So,
Dude, you know the fans are asking that question too, though.
of course, but I already gave you the answer. Why?
Hey, I already pointed it out. If you have to cripple the turtles, Donnie's the one to do. All right.
Hey, we should mention to all the listeners. You can find Kevin Eastman online. Obviously, he's on Instagram. He's on Facebook. He's on Twitter.
It's at Kevin Eastman 86, isn't it?
Yeah, at Kevin Eastman 86. I wonder 86. I wonder why 86.
Well, we'll ask him that next time he comes on.
There you go. Sounds good.
That was amazing.
It was amazing. It was amazing. It was. I mean, just as far as us doing this show,
for 3 years.
Yeah, we're coming up on our 3-year anniversary here. This is something that we've been wanting to do for a long time. We wanted to make sure that, well, at least some of us were, professional enough to have, Kevin on the show, someone who's, of his caliber. So, I just want to say thank you to Kevin and to Courtney.
And to our fans for helping us get Kevin.
Absolutely.
By bombarding him with all those tweets they did for us.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys made this happen. Definitely want to emphasize that. So we thank you very, very much. Speaking of our fans, we do have a ton of mutated messages to get to, but we are
Yes, we do, Ryan.
Right
yes,
now, but
we do.
Yes, we do.
I'm going to make my popcorn for that one.
Yes. Well, we're going to unfortunately have to hold off until the next episode, but we do have good news that the next episode of the Turtle Power Podcast is not going to be 2 months from now. It's not going to be 1 month from now. It is going to be less than a month from now.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yes, and so it is going to be another special interview that we're going to be having. We are going to be having on the Turtle Power Podcast a prolific voice actor. You have heard his voice. I would dare to say dozens,
at least 12 times.
Of times.
And you just didn't know it.
You've never known it. Yeah, you've never known it. But he does have a Turtles connection because he voiced Leonardo in the 2007 Turtles CG movie TMNT. Of course, the one and only James Arnold Taylor.
The Flash himself, ladies and gentlemen. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's right.
I'm excited.
Titus from Final Fantasy X.
And host of the Celebration stage at Star Wars Celebration. And he's going to be at Star Wars Weekends again. I mean, this guy is huge in
He's
pop
always
culture. Yes, and we are so super, super excited to have him on the Turtle Power Podcast. So look forward to his interview on the next episode. And that's going to do it for this episode. Prolific episode 38. The first and last episode 38. to quote Kind of Funny Games. If you listen to Kind of Funny Games podcast, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, the first and last episode 38 of the Turtle Power Podcast. Who wants to do the rundown? I'm going to say Alex since he wasn't last here. Yep.
All right, guys. Check us out on our official website, www.turtlepowerpodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at TMNT Podcast. Follow Ryan at FigDonPat. That's FIGDONPAT. Follow myself at A Rodriguez 2005 and follow Darby at Darby T Patton. Like us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Turtle Power Podcast. Subscribe on our YouTube channel. That's www.youtube.com/Turtle Power Podcast. Share your feedback with us via email at the turtlepowerpodcast@gmail.com. Subscribe and rate us on iTunes. iTunes.apple.com/US/podcast/turtle-power.
No, you don't have to do all that.
Oh, I'm doing it. TurtlePower-podcast/ID 533316960. And brand new, subscribe and listen to us on Stitcher. We are finally on Stitcher, folks. So search for us and subscribe.
Very nice.
Damn, that was impressive.
That was very good. Taking us out, song of the show. Going back to an oldie but a goldie. Shell Shocked from ocremix.org. This is going to be track 8, Runnin' with the Shredder, arranged by Ergo Sonic. Of course, this source music from the Elevator, from the, I guess this would be, is this Turtles in Time? I think it's Turtles in Time, the Elevator from Turtles in Time. If it's not, well, yeah, the podcast is free. What do you want from me?
Exactly.
We'll talk to you next time.
Later.
Bye.